Hey everyone, Donna Nelson, holistic empowerment coach and organizational well-being consultant. I am the empowerment coach for life and business for those purpose-driven entrepreneurs, business leaders, and change agents who want to up-level their game and make a bigger impact leading from within. So welcome to episode 22 of Rooted in Wisdom, a daily dose of Donna. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit of wisdom about what stops you from doing that thing. So these are conversations that I have on the regular. A lot of the clients that I work with in my conversations during the day with business leaders and people who are new entrepreneurs, it's always the thing. Like, what's the thing that they want to do that they're not feeling confident to implement? They don't know how to implement. They don't know when to implement. They don't know why they're not taking action and implementing. So what stops us from doing that? Well, it's not from lack of clarity very often. So sometimes these conversations, someone could be very clear on having the best idea ever and know how you're going to, it could be just something in your personal life or business, right? Like how you're going to personally improve that, or what your strategy is in business to get there, how you're going to grow your business, and yet you just don't get around to doing it. So why is that? How can we have the best ideas ever? And this just happened today. I was talking to a small business person, and they had told me about an idea that they had, and I fed something back to them that I thought was kind of new and innovative, that was pretty much untouched right now. And I love having these kind of strategy conversations. I'm really good at ideas. But again, that's what brought this up, because how can we be great at ideas? And I'm like, I never run out of ideas. And there's a bazillion of them I've never implemented. So I'm an authority in talking in this space. But why don't we implement them? So, and why do we go into making excuses or procrastinating? So what holds us back from that? So how do we get into this overthinking? And then we get into self-doubt. And then the biggest one that I see in a lot of the spaces that are in my circles and that I work in, it's like this over-education. Well, if it's new and something I haven't done before, then I better start educating myself. And I am a learning junkie. I have been on a continuous learning journey since I'm 18 years old, not counting K through 12. That was a nightmare. But I mean like personal and professional journey of learning. So again, I can speak to how we can get in these spirals of just learning. And you know what that does for us? It tells us that we don't know enough and that you should probably learn some more, or that you should go get some experience in this one particular area to then build on more so that you have more credibility. It's madness. What I'm telling you is none of that matters. Yes, you need to learn your craft. Yes, you should be a master of it. Yes, there's always something more to learn. But what I'm talking about is you not taking action, you holding yourself back and coming back to further convincing yourself that it's not enough. It's not the right time. It's not the right place. I don't have the right resources, the right information, the right support system. Most of the things that I've done in my career, I don't know if it's really good advice or not, but I don't give it much thought. If my gut says jump, or I feel passionate about an idea, I just do it. If it doesn't work, like, who cares? I've done a bazillion things that haven't worked out. So don't worry about that. And I'm not talking about making $12 million decisions here. What I'm saying that is, if it's a great idea, anybody can figure it out. So you can't, but here's why we get stuck in not taking action. And that's very often because we don't have this understanding of this one particular concept. And this is a mistake that a lot of people in business make. And it's called the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But here's what I mean by that: you can't create something new, you can't create and accomplish something better coming from the same place and doing the same things that got you where you are. So if you're saying, I'm here, I want to be here, I want to accomplish this, or I want this thing from my life, or I want to be this kind of person, I want to feel this kind of way, you can't keep doing the same patterns, the same habits, being the same mentality, feeling the same way every day over and over, because you don't get there from here. The reason why we are where we are is because of our patterns of thought, our patterns of feeling, our patterns of action, our patterns of our beliefs. So I want to leave you with this: thinking about up leveling, having something newer, better, different, expanding, whatever it is. And you can't get there being the same way and going about it the same way. Because you can't, it requires something different. Okay, we've accomplished that, right? So what are those aspects of yourself, the thoughts, the beliefs, the attitudes, the patterns, the daily habits, the emotions? What do you need to trade in to be able to trade up? And there might be something in every one of those categories. But one of the things that I've learned for sure about the body is that it is our feelings, our emotions that are driving every behavior. So the behavior that keeps you in stop, the feeling that keeps you in stop, don't act, and you're always acting, right? Even in inaction, you've made a decision to do nothing. So you're still doing something. Nothing is something. So the messages of our body are telling us constantly what about us needs to change. So what is the emotion? What are the feelings that you're experiencing that when you think about, I want to do this, I'd love to have that, I'd love to be that way, I'd love to experience whatever. What are those feelings that are showing up? Those are the and then when you figure that, notice that, you're just noticing like, oh shit, that was something. What was that? What then was the thought that came with that? And those are those aspects of yourself that you need to shift. So you could journal that out. You could meditate on that. You could do a lot of different things, right? You could hire a coach, and you could allow those feelings to process through instead of quickly standing up and moving away from them. Notice what your patterns are, even when you get in those moments of discomfort. Like, I thought about this thing that I want, I got this feeling, and now I can't sit still, right? Or I go into this shutting down. So as we notice these aspects about what happens when our body is sending us a message, these are the things that we need to change to be able to get those things that we desire, whether it's something within us or something externally outside of us. No matter what it is, we need to change the inside to be able to get the outside. So notice what those things are, And if you need support around that particular growth area, I would encourage you to step into my Breakthrough to Wholeness program that is starting next Monday, the 11th of February. It's a 30-day program. It's pretty intense. It's not for the weak-hearted or those who just want to sit in passive observation. It's about doing the work to get into these deep aspects of ourselves, and covering, well, it's called wholeness for a reason, because we can't achieve our greatness and feel joy and happiness and all those wonderful things that we want to experience in life within us and outside us without being whole. So we're going to look at emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and then different areas of our lives and around a whole bunch of things. It's 30 days. So we're covering a lot of territory and we're going pretty deep. So I'll drop the link actually in the post below so you could check it out and see if it resonates with you. On this, if you go to the link, it's got everything about the program, but feel free to message me if you have any questions on it. Did I post it? I think I did. Yeah, I did. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking to you about my word of the year. I've had it for about 2 weeks now. It usually takes me till about the middle of January to think about what my word of the year is. So tomorrow I'll be on in the evening and I'm going to talk about my word of the year, and I'll have something to help you with yours. All right. Good night.